back to Divinity Original Sin. Last time we played, we used Aru's teleporting devices, which led us to the Town Hall bathroom where this lady, Cecilia, was taking a bath. And that was awkward, to say the least. And now, to resume our quest to find who is Counselor Jake.
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the Source Hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Thank you for interrupting me. As I was saying, we were trying to find Counselor Jake's murderer, but continue on, please, Mendius.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
Okay, and you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
Okay, but about the opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Of course I do. Of course, how could someone in my profession not?
Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not? Let's see.
Some could not because they are professionals, not adventuring daydreamers.
Clearly, two strong personalities stand before me. Two who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty source hunters? Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, I can't say that I haven't.
And I can't say that I have. I'm content with what I have.
Well, don't quarrel about it on my account. Still, if a matter is divisive, it is divisive mainly because it is alluring. And riches are so very alluring. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
I disagree. I, for one, am content with my station.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed. That you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
All that for some philosophical nonsense. Wow.
Ah, the fabulous five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls.
Somehow, this sounds really fishy.
You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my... What a gem of a question.
Let's
Now,
go onward.
to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight,
Okay.
of course. Should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
So this is a pyramid scheme.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? Work hard. Fulfill, of course, of course. Oh,
Perfect for a fryer.
Join a guild. Better the world. Earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in. I've always wanted to join a real guild. Indulge me.
I'm trying to get you out of a bad deal, don't you see?
Waiting for what? Red and orange, yellow and green. The finest veggies, I still never
Very well. Have it.
oh, how frightfully Ah, you return, and Mendius, they call.
Well, actually, I just reload because I want to join the Fabulous Five. I was just arguing for the sake of arguing. Okay. Did I get the pyramid for save? Yes. Okay, let's go back.
You there?
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And even,
It's
Bet.
and you now, fine. What, of course.
join a guild.
And me?
Marvel. What? Oh, it's one of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves. Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money. You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete. Isn't that just fabulous? They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the Fabulous Five see no problems. They see opportunities.
Alright, so first assignment as part of the Fabulous Five is to kill a rogue golem.
That way to work. Well, suffice to say it, I've got my eye on you, Baron.
And who do we have here?
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Mortruce my regards next time you see him.
I hadn't heard of another source hunter being assigned to Sicil. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Who did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Orcs attack your village. How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Sicil hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in. I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
So that's your proposition. You help us here in Sicil, and we help you take back your home village thereafter.
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
Fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius shaking in his wee boots.
And with that, we welcome aboard Medora, who will be our fighter tank.
Oh, the fierce stench of frightened source goblin.
Actually, I think that's only roast pig.
Ah, yes. Yes, of course. This time.
And I think we can go down that well. Or not. Who's this guy?
Oh, how nice it is of you. The very picture of youth, to break the monotony of an elder's day. Wild away on this hardwood bench. Pray, let me be forward with you. O sapling rose, O leaf of spring. For my weary mind is troubled, and would highly prize thy gentle-handed assistance, thy kind ministrations. I am but an aged elf that has seen the years parade in long succession. Gladly shall I tell you more. Will I regale thee, O whelp of men, with my tale? But not here, where the winds may steal my words. You would listen to my grievances, guide me towards untroubled realms. Oh, you are truly a wonder. Hot spiced wine.
Okay. We'll see you later at the inn. So what I was looking for was this. Just do a quick save. That's the graveyard right here.
Here lies Jared. Shall I come back as an enraged spirit or a lovable prankster ghost?
That here is an exoskeleton. You don't want to stay near him. So I'll go back a few. Pass this turn. And then I'll make him go boom. Do we have anything? No, I don't. Oh well. That did the trick. Okay, what else? What's this?
Looks like that dog is awfully agitated.
Perhaps he wants to tell us something.
What do you have to
So
say?
many dead.
Hey, wow! I was wondering where that awesome sweaty boot smell was coming from. And here you are. Wow! This is great! I'm Murphy, Jake's dog. Wow, you smell great! Have you been rolling around on dead things all day? That's my favourite hobby too. You know who I miss? Jake. Sometimes he'd just sit there being awesome. And I'd give him this look like, you smell great. And he'd give me this look like, you do too, Murphy. And he was my best friend. I came here so I could smell Jake again. He smelled great. But whatever's buried there doesn't smell like Jake at all. No, it's definitely not Jake. He was awesome. If I ever find out who killed Jake, the most awesome Jake who ever jaked, I'll I'll bark so much! Seriously, so much! You have no idea!
Okay, so that isn't Jake down there.
Here lies Jake. Please do not disturb.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake?
May the seven keep you.
What trickery is this? That's not Jake.
It's a rotting sheep's corpse. It seems someone snatched Jake's body.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities. Have no fear, my friend. I'm determined to prove my worth to you by our journey.
Okay. I think that is Bertia's sheep. We'll just take it. No?
I smell rotten lamb chops.
I can't pick it up. Yes, I can.
May the seven
Where are you,
keep
Jake?
you.
Are you playing without me?
Alright, so I picked it up.
May the
That
seven
shovel has proven worth its weight, it seems. Oh, for the seven's sake. Those shining eyes are better fit for a...
Now we leveled up. Let's put it in intelligence. One more point. Let's go in craftsmanship. Prove useful. Lore master will prove useful. And another talent. All skilled up will prove useful. What it does is add 2 immediate skill point.
Where are you, Jake? Are you playing without me?
I will go telekinesis and crafting, I think.
rest in peace, darling.
That character.
Jake, where are you? Are you here, Jake? Jake!
Leadership.
May the seven keep you.
You will go blacksmithing. 10.
May the seven
What
keep
about
you.
defense? Bodybuilding. Alright.
Without me?
And then let's go down.
The outskirts of Thyseal are infested with undead! Are you the exterminator?
No. What do we have here? Some undeads. Okay.
This arrow seeks more than one target.
Okay. Stop. I have to move him. Huh? All right. Okay. I don't have any pickaxe, I can't mine that. Oh.
One mark is not enough.
So that guy has fire absorption. That's interesting.
Both a bite of ice.
Anybody else smell smoke?
All right. We're going to take care of that.
I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake. No glory in this death.
What about this? This will be useful to Mador. Definitely. What about here?
Hold! Our enemies have lain a trap.
I'll go back later.
Careful. I've spotted a trap.
Did you now? Okay. Just stand back. Do you have anything? Yeah.
God sweep upon the earth.
I don't care about the broom.
I need that.
And who do we have here?
You see a shady-looking figure fishing coins of gold out of the muddy water that pools beneath the well overhead. His movements are quick and nervous, but nevertheless, he seems to enjoy stuffing what cash he can find into the many pockets of his shabby garb. So absorbed is he in his coin hoarding that at first he doesn't notice your presence. Suddenly, though, he pauses, looks up, and quick as a cat in its talons, readies 2 daggers. Your friendly tone of voice has immediate effect. The man quickly relaxes his aggressive stance, sheathes his weapons, and pulls a quill and a scrap of parchment out of one of his pockets. Dexterously, he writes down a couple of phrases, then holds it out for you to read.
Mute, can't speak. You look professional. You the source hunter the wizard asked for.
Excitedly, the man turns over the scrap and pens a few more lines.
Name's Walgraf. I admire you. No hero like source hunter. Sizing dead end. Please let me join you.
Walgraf nods enthusiastically and pulls a couple of ripped parchment pieces out from his vestments. Hastily, he covers them with words and pushes them in your hands, one after the other.
Been mute since I was a kid. Sorcerers took my voice. People think I'm stupid. I'm not. Get money, food where I can. Steal if I must. Not from poor folks. I'm a good sneak, good fighter, good with locks. See things you don't. Want to help you. I'm useful. Want to catch sorcerers. Make 'em pay. Please.
Walgraf eagerly catches your gaze with the best puppy eyes imitation he can muster.
I could use someone with your specific type of expertise. Consider yourself hired.
Be welcome, Walgraf. Riches await, if you'll obtain them for us.
Walgraf smiles and shakes your hand in thanks. With a gesture of the arm, he seems to say, "I'm ready. Lead the way."
And we got our final companion, Walgraf the Mute Thief. And with that, we're just going to pick up the gold pieces that are left down there. Let's go back up. Who's where? Oh. So apparently I also Alerted the team behind me. That's going to be fun. Let's see.
Fiery assault!
Maybe I can launch something. Like that. Yeah.
Unleash the inferno!
Let's just take care of this guy.
Meet your demise!
Alright. Okay. One more. If I do it like this. Alright.
No glory in this death.
Let's do this. Alright. Good. Then this will do. Perfect. Can't use his teleport spell to get further though. It's just what, there we go. That one didn't go so badly. Oh, let's search the scraps. What do we have here? A blackjack. No. Do I have anything? No. What about Roderick? No. The fire just went out. Chest? Lockpick. Alright, that's all we had to do for now. Let's go back.
Your return marks a victory, Hunter.
Someone leave another door open.
These walls.
I could do with a cold drink.
So first up, we have a couple of things to attend to. First of all, just going to separate . So we just found some info about the mortician. Something odd. Just gonna snoop around a little. Oh, some items. Okay. That should do the trick.
So, what's the bad news? This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Seal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work. Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking, I just concern myself with giving... How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter. What would you like to know? Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so inclined. Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains. Can't see why he'd bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't. I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary, and there was something about her that night. Some kind of excitement. Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager. I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched, lured me outside claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda. That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Well, that didn't work. Oh well.
Pillar of the community? Ha!
Doesn't matter, we still have scenting up our sleeves for this guy.
Fresh haddock, perfect for a fry-up. Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for hard potatoes.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, if you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry... Oh, Oh, Ogre, you're rotten to the bone. Oh, me poor, sweet, plump girl. You've been wasted entirely. All that roast, all the mutton. Not even the sausage grinder will want her now. Give her here, will you? Me little mouldering darling. That louse. Did he even bother grilling a single luscious chop? I bet he wasted every last morsel. Captain Aureus will have a thing or two to say about this.
And there we go.
Careful, comrades. I've seen sorcerers infuse even lowly fowl with dark enchantments.
Next up on our list.
Warcraft picks up a chicken and throws it at Medora, who dodges the fluttering fowl with a terrified scream. He is beside himself with mirth until she returns the favour with a vigorous kick of her boots to his hindquarters.
What? Okay.
Caught unawares. Oh, catch me, for I might faint.
I'm stuck fast. Fate is an ice-cold mistress.
I did not want to do that.
That doesn't belong to us, you know.
You're right. It doesn't. Sometimes I get a little overzealous while I'm on the job.
Happens to the best of us. More than a few temptations accompany all...
You notice something being slipped.
Saw you steal.
The rogue keeps his eyes fixed on yours. He's expecting an answer. Wargraf's demeanor suggests he is reassured by your answers.
Legion's greetings. I am Septimus, 7th son in a household of 9. Legionnaires all. Me and 2 brothers of mine were assigned to Cecile from day one. Alas, both of them have long since fallen in battle against the dead. But never shall I lose heart. Long as a single Legionnaire stands, all of us remain undefeated in the eyes of the gods.
Forgive me if I must take a little break. Maybe a minute or so. Sorry about that. I went to get another coffee.
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of River, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability. Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have... And what questions are those?
Alright, alright.
So tell me, Septimus.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter? I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor. But his one and only princess just the same. Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his... So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have... Well, what do you want to know? Before this war left us hanging...
Sometimes I forget they're even out there.
So she denies that she...
We need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
Okay, Wolfie, then you're going to investigate for us. Okay. Go upstairs, mine. What do you have there? You can grab the paintings, those will sell well. Smelly panties. Huh. Sure, why not? Apparently, I'm grabbing panties. Key to Esmeralda's house. And what do we have here? The famous mineral collection. Diamond, glass ruby. Star pebble. That will be good to to sell, I guess. Let's go back downstairs. We have more to investigate. Okay, what now? I'll take that. There's more paintings. Oh.
My, what a strong and handsome officer
I'll
you
take
are,
that.
kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real
The perfect
warrior.
murder. That sounds fishy.
I'm just...
Well, you certainly are my hero. The rock upon which I may rest my weary soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, Lily. As long as I'm around, no hair on your head.
So this is a book about how to operate when planning a murder. And of course there's the hatch. What's downstairs? Whetstone. A button.
Oh, so that's what that did.
Yep. finish investigating this area first. Cloud scrap. An iron key. Okay. Secret door then. What about those books? Zombie painting. Okay. What is this? Ooh. Well, I think we have plenty of stuff. Let's go back up. We still need one last piece of evidence. And it is at the King Crab Inn. I don't want to sit down.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
I see. Well, we'll go investigate the crime scene then.
Greetings, Source Hunter. Not exactly the friendliest bloke.
That was a Starstone. letter from the Duke of Ferrol. Okay. That was pretty bad.
Hello. I suppose you're... Which one? I've written, Esmeralda, more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake.
True enough.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
The hunter returns! I hope you are here to shop rather than sleuth. Listen, if you're going to accuse me of something, you would better find the evidence to back up your ridiculous claims. Perhaps it is you who should explain your presence in my cellar. And the dagger? It's simply a butcher knife used by my late husband to cut meat. He did so love to cook, the dear. What'll you think of next? Accusing me of bashing him over the head with a frying pan? Oh, that horrid tome of ill repute. It isn't mine, it was Jake's. He was a politician, don't you see? Always on the lookout for plotting rivals. Always trying to be one step ahead. Really, I should have thought a source hunter of all people would appreciate my dear husband's sense for survival.
Oh, don't put stock in the hastily scribbled words of a lovelorn fool. This letter, it was a show of passion. A poorly worded passion I did not echo in the least. The Duke, he's like a spoiled child. He's not a man. He's not like Septimus.
But all of it is circumstantial. I've a perfectly logical explanation for every piece of so-called evidence against me, and yet you've been trailing me like a bloodhound. People seem to want to believe I am guilty, so let me tell you something I've been keeping to myself. Perhaps it may yet lead to the true culprit. Over the last few months, Jake grew distant. Distant and dark somehow. Something in him changed. I can't quite put my finger on it, but he was no longer the gentleman he used to be. In fact, he scared me. It all began the day he met Evelyn, Master Theliron's apprentice. She healed him of what we all believe to be a fatal wound he suffered hunting boars. I think he became obsessed by her, or obsessed by the secrets I just know she holds. Talk to this woman. There is more to her than meets the eye. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she belongs to that sect. You know, to those who worship a goddess without name and practice rituals of blood. I never liked her from the moment I met her. Men cannot see past her beauty, but I have gazed her in the eye and it was death that leered back at me. She hails from Silverglen, a village in the forest north of Sicil. How she made it past the undead without a Legion escort, I'll never know. Though I can hazard an eerie guess. If anyone killed my Jake, it must be her. She had her claws in him for many long months, and finally she must have cut too deeply.
Well... that's an interesting development. So that would not be Esmeralda, which strongly points toward Evelyn. Guess we'll check that out in the next part. See you then.